can't believe I'm touching something that's old. Welcome to A Wanderlust for Life. I'm Jessica, and this is the channel that shows you European gems through food and memorable experiences. Today we are in Graz, Austria. It is the country's second biggest city, and I am already like a super fan, so let's get into it. One of the things I'm most excited for to show you from a sustainability standpoint, but also from a foodie standpoint, is the markets. So we are here at Lendplatz Market, and basically this is all locals, and it's the farmers who are actually selling it. You have the fresh fruits and veggies, but you also have homemade like goodies, and right now they have the Sturm, the fresh young wine that isn't quite wine yet, but also fresh apple cider, which is my favorite thing like in the world. And it's just, it feels like so interesting and lively. We also went over to the other market close to our hotel, and also very, very beautiful, lots of fresh fruit and veggies, and even dried flowers, which I even bought like a little wreath from over there. But that used to be the most well-known, the only one that people really knew about, and now this is the second largest, and definitely worth coming over here to visit, but also to find some goodies to take back. Over here on the right bank, we are visiting the neighborhoods that you might miss if you only stay in the center, which is really sad. But of course I want to point out Schlossberg up there. Basically, there's multiple ways to get up. You can walk the stairs, stay fit and all. You can take an elevator, you can take a funicular, but also to come down, you can take a slide through the mountain. And I want to know, let me know down in the comments, would you take the slide from up there to the bottom? I want to know, because I would not. On this side of Graz, we have what used to be kind of the bad area, so to speak. So it was where they did a lot of trading. It was a red light district, but there were over 110 bars and restaurants here. So it was very much like, you know, people came here to have a little bit of fun. And also this restaurant behind me is the oldest restaurant in Graz. It's just kind of the point that you have to get out of like the main cutesy city center, and you still have so much to see. It's still beautiful, and there's lots to do and explore on this side. We are now in the Greece neighborhood, so we're right next to Lend, but just a little further down, and they have this kind of relationship with public art. So there used to be a sign here that said like push the button, and you're kind of like, why would you want to push a random button in a random corner? But let's find out. Can you hear that? It's the heartbeat of the city, which I think is so cute. We popped into offline retail, which is kind of like the secondhand shop. They also refurbish things and just create new things, which I think is amazing. But they have dirndls out there for less than 20 euros. I loved a couple of them, but sadly they weren't my size. I'm so sad. But they have these beautiful tiered dishes for like afternoon tea and stuff. And this is a social enterprise, so this helps former drug addicts, and it's just really good for the customer and good for them. And this is what you're gonna find over here in Lent. That is the neighborhood that we are here on the right side of Graz. So I'm loving these surprises. Here at Der Stier, which I'm probably not saying correctly, but we are having some traditional Syrian foods. That is the region that we are in here in Austria, and it has been so beautiful so far, but I'm really excited to eat. So some of the different things that my fellow travelers have gotten is the salad with the famous bean. I'm gonna actually have a blog post with all of this information, because basically I'm not gonna remember it, and I'm not eating all of it today, but I will get there. But there's a salad with the famous bean and some pumpkin oil, as well as this amazing dish that is the emperor's like favorite thing. So boiled beef, bone marrow, spinach, veggies. Sounds amazing. And then some fried chicken. Now, would you expect fried chicken to be a big thing here in Austria? I wouldn't necessarily, but it is called Bat Candle. So I'm really excited to give that a try, but also I have minced meat with mashed potatoes, and I am a meat and potatoes girl, so we are gonna dig in here. We have so much more to explore, and I think I'm gonna be back and make a full foodie video for you guys, so let me know down in the comments if you wanna see that, and then I will share absolutely everything and eat all of it for you. But for now, I'm digging in. Ah! It's so hot! It's so good! I'm here on the main square in Graz. So we have these beautiful, like, really old buildings behind me. So we're talking 15th century, and then the front of them, the facades are actually from the 17th century. So they kind of like updated them, but it's kind of crazy because it's like new and old. Like it's newer than the original building, but it's older. It's kind of crazy. We are right next to the building that the mayor works in, which is absolutely stunning. She does not apparently live here, but she works here. But this is just a place for like the locals to have some major events. And yeah, there's just lots of different food options and things like that to have around here. And it's just a very walkable city. I do have to mention really fast about Johann, dude behind me on the statue in the main square, because basically this whole region wouldn't really exist without him, because he had like all of this influence and just made it so that Graz was really on the map. It's kind of amazing what one man can do and how he can make an entire society, from the railway to how things are built here. He had so much impact on this area. That's why he's on the main square. I'm here at the double staircase here in Graz, and it's super interesting. So it doesn't actually go up anywhere, but it does. Basically, it splits, then comes together, and then splits as a spiral staircase, and it's stone. So it's kind of cool, but very, very weird. Check it out. One thing that is super sustainable while traveling that you really don't even think about nowadays is having your own water bottle and filling up at stations throughout the city. So Graz actually has 120 fountains. So you don't have to pay for water, it's drinkable water, it's specifically for filling your water bottle up, and you save money, help the environment, so you're not, you know, buying plastic bottles, which is super awesome. We're walking up to the castle, so we're going up a hill right now. And there's a little shop before you get to the hill, and it sells local produce from local farmers, which I absolutely love because you're supporting local. That is what I'm all about. That is why I'm so excited to be on this specific trip to share with you guys how to be sustainable. And then like there's restaurants like we had last night. We went to Hummel, and they do a very interesting type of food from Israel to Greece. It's really good food, but it's like a low waste kind of restaurant. So between that and their shop that's low waste, so many ways to be sustainable here in Graz. And yes, I'm out of breath because I just walked up a hill. We made it to the top, and I'm in the shade because I am all hot right now. The view is amazing. It was a little harder than I expected, but I think that's just because I've been walking all day long. But it is quite steep walking up. There's also an elevator you can take, but seriously, this like 12-year-old kid just came up on a mountain bike, so maybe I'm just a little weakling. But check out the clock. You know I can't leave y'all without a cocktail bar, right? So we are at the top of a shopping center, or the shopping department store, K&O, and they have like a little secret rooftop with, I don't know, view of a clock tower, some beautiful European rooftops, and tons of wine spritzers plus cocktails, plenty of wine, things like that. Oh, and there is where the mayor works. This city is so beautiful, and there's so many like beautiful, easy, and even sustainable things to do. Let's talk about where to stay, shall we? So we are in Hotel Goldner. So this is a family-run hotel. It's been in the family for generations. And before that, the family used to be like the premier butcher of the city. So basically, you know, it's super local. They hire local people. They stick around. So they're paid well. They like it here. And the money just stays here in the city, which is really important to be sustainable. I feel like you guys, as my fellow foodies, are gonna wanna know more about the food. Am I right? I thought so. I feel like we are so similar. Do you ever get that? But let me know down below if you want me to do an entire foodie video, maybe go to local producers, wineries, do like a food tour in Graz. Let me know, because then I might just come back and do that. What do you think? Anyway, let's just keep exploring. Come on. And we are starting off at a place called Pieces. So the woman who runs this is so passionate about creating amazing clothing pieces, and it's Pieces with an EA, like peace. And she makes a lot of the clothes basically as they are ordered from the website, and there's really very little waste. But the products, the fabrics that she actually uses are like organic cotton, wood pulp, local linen, and even love silk, which is basically made from like the cocoons of butterflies. These fabrics I've been feeling around. Do you ever just like to feel stuff? Oh, they are all so comfortable and beautiful, and it's organic, fair trade fabrics and thread. The thread is actually from the Netherlands. So I'm gonna leave a link to this place down in the description so that you can check it out and get in touch with her. If there's something special that you want, she takes requests, which I think is awesome, because who wouldn't like a bespoke outfit, right? All right, let's keep exploring. And she's also very inspired by nature. So these screen prints are actually from trees that she has found, taken pictures of, and then she makes a screen printing of them. Continuing our adventures in sustainability, we are here at an organic farm, Fattingerhof. Hopefully I am saying that right. And this place is super cool because they have 80 different varieties of apples, including some older varieties that you probably haven't heard of, but the locals absolutely love because it gives them a sense of nostalgia. They also have many, many other things, including walnuts and pears and raspberries, all kinds of fun things. And they make their own jams and juices and those sort of things. So while we have a little bit of a special access today, you can come here and check out their self-serve shop, which is basically based on an honor system, and it's something I've seen in Austria before, and I absolutely love it. And we are just so lucky with this beautiful fall day. I'm obsessed, but we have way more adventures to do. We're doing a little bit more food, so we are here at Moni's, and we are going to practice our pasta making skills. Wish me luck. But they do amazing filled pastas here from grandma's recipes, and the locals love it. So it's not available everywhere in Europe yet, but that's part of the reason why it's so special. So you can get it here, flash frozen, make it at your apartment if you're staying in one. And it's a really great place to come. They also make ice cream. So if you want some of that, you definitely need to check out this place. But let's go see how I do at pasta making. Come on.
Yay! That's a good one. Nose is close. Yeah. Not as good as it should be, but.
I am here at the Austrian Open Air Museum. So there are so many old houses back to the 13th century, but also we're learning about how people lived during different times from different crafts, if you would say. So do you know what linen is, right? The clothing. This is what linen comes from. Did you know that? Let me know in the comments if you did, because I did not. I am going to show you how they turn this into something where you can make thread, and then you can actually make linen. So cool. Couple things you guys might want to know about coming here is if you are English speakers, you can get a paper guide that tells you all about the different houses and everything, but I highly recommend you get the guided tour. So Christian is our guide. He's absolutely amazing. He makes it super interesting and really brings it to life, which you guys know I'm not a big museum person, so he's really helped me kind of really dive into it. And there's a bun that you have to try. I'll leave the name down here because I don't know how to say the German word for it. I am so sorry. And one of my favorite things, because you know I love the interactivity, is I have handy people here, definitely on the weekends most of the seasons, but also sometimes during the week, which is absolutely awesome to really learn about these traditions that help people live their lives. Another thing that you're going to want to do is visit this beautiful monastery. I'm going to leave all the information down below. Kind of got caught up in it, but you can visit the church. Highly recommend the guided tour again, but the church is absolutely stunning. And then there's a library that you will not believe. Now, we had special access, so don't expect to be able to touch the books. That's a little hint, but it is absolutely fantastic here. It's still a working monastery, and it's like the basis is from the 11th century, but the church is actually now from the 18th century. So if you're into like checking these places out, very nice. Also, there's a very peaceful courtyard that I think you'll like.
So just like this?
Yeah. Yeah. This is how it works.
I can't believe I'm touching something this old.
How old is it?
I just feel like it's gonna fall apart. This is 16th century.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. In case you're wondering how to get here, there are direct flights all over Europe, but if you want to be more sustainable, definitely take the train. There are night trains to Vienna now, and then it is a direct connection straight to Graz. And let me tell you, the train from Vienna to Graz was like one of the easiest train rides I've ever had and most comfortable, so you decide. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe if you aren't already, and share with anybody that you know who's coming to Graz. All right, that's it for now. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.